right. Hello, everyone. What's up? Hey, I'm Nick Hughes. I'm founder and CEO of Founders Live. Luis Antezana, how are you?
Doing awesome. I am so excited for today's global finals. It's the culmination of our entire primetime season. It comes down to this. We're going to determine the global champion today through your votes.
This is awesome. This is Founders Live. This is prime time. We're going to talk all about that, but this is our global finals. We've had a run up till here through the continents over last week, which we'll talk about. But Luis, I mean, the comments are already on fire. We've got a full room here. It's only going to get busier, but look at all those. Everyone, if you see in those comments, I mean, we're going to pop them on the screen, but we would love to hear, where are you joining from? Share your pride of your country, the pride of the startup that you're supporting here, the founder that you're going to hear pitch. It's so exciting. And Luis, this is the culmination of not only just this prime time, but our entire year, you know?
Yeah, primetime is a year-long process. We have city events all over the world. The winners of these city events go through a qualification process. We have a primetime pitch challenge to bring people in from all over the world, even if they're not in a Founders Live city. And then the audience votes on everybody who gets to make it all the way to the regional finals. We determined 5 winners, one from each region last week in 5 successive days. And now we have our 5 finalists that are going to compete today. And one of them will be the global champion at the end of this show.
It's awesome. And as you see, Luis, I'll let you kind of pop on the energy on the screen.
Oh,
you know what, everyone? We're going to get started. We have a packed full episode here, a packed full show for the Founders Live Prime Time, and we're just going to get to it. And, as Luis was talking about, this is our culmination of our regional finals that took place last week. We had Latin America. We then had Europe. We jumped over to the Europe region. We then went to the Asia Pacific in the continent over there. And then we had our North America event. And lastly, we had Africa. And we had a very strong group of founders that pitched. We heard incredible concepts all over the board, from consumer apps and solutions to climate and focus on improving people's lives. And it was awesome. So we ended up with 5 incredible founders that you will be hearing from in a very short period of time, ranging from Peru to the Netherlands to Philippines, here in the United States, and also there in Ethiopia. So cool. But you know what, everyone? If this is your first time seeing, watching, and being a part of Founders Live, we're going to run through a little bit of information, and then we're going to bring on a few very great partners, guest speakers that we're excited to hear from them. But before that, Founders Live is about inspiration. We're about knowledge. We're about connection, and we're about entertainment. Founders Live is powering the pulse of entrepreneurship around the world. We do that in many ways, but the thing is, everyone, we focus on these 4 areas on that right side. First one is really bringing connections and community to entrepreneurs and founders around the world. We also bring them know-how and information so you can become better professionals and operators. Thirdly is access to resources and funding so you can move forward and grow your business. And lastly is exposure and discoverability into the market so people know what you're building. That's what, just like we're doing today, helping provide exposure and discoverability for these great founders coming from literally every corner of the world. This wraps into our global platform, our global ecosystem, that we have events. We've got, a new TV, kind of show series that's happening. We have podcasts. We have our marketplace and our sponsors and partners. It's really amazing stuff, from the global network into this local, the live events. That's really how this all works, is Founders Live. As it's the homepage of the modern entrepreneur, we combine our local events that happen around the world, which we'll touch on in a second, with this global ecosystem. And those events that happen. So there's a few founders here that have surfaced up through winning our city events that take place. Hundreds of guests. 5 founders are highlighted. They each have 99 seconds to pitch. We then have 4 minutes. The great thing is that's from you, the audience. And these happen, crazy enough, I'm actually in a room right now that Founders Live Seattle, where we started, actually takes place at times. And so there's room full and people are asking questions. They're asking of that founder certain things. And then the crazy thing after all this, everyone has a chance to vote. Just like today, you're going to have a chance to crown our winning founder. And Luis, you know, it all comes to this, doesn't it?
It does. The vote is going to come at the end of all the pitches, by the way. Once everybody's had a chance to pitch and the questions have been asked by you, the audience, will vote. We'll show a QR code. Don't worry about that. It'll be very obvious. There'll be links in the chat. Founders, it's coming. The vote is here. But before then, before Nick jumps into that, please get ready to get used to that chat interface. We are going to be taking your questions for the founders in the chat. You're going to ask the questions. We will throw this on screen just like we're throwing these other things. So I'm going to stay busy on the side here, pumping these up, and Nick's going to keep going here.
The chat room is on fire, and we've got a full room today. You know, Founders Live, as I mentioned, Founders Live started in Seattle. This is our hometown. This is really my home country, home state that I grew up in. And I started Founders Live in Seattle almost 11 years ago. And the absolute amazing thing that's happened is it's continued to expand around the world, and we are continually growing. You see those blue dots there. We've expanded now to 125 cities across 50 countries around the world. We reach hundreds of thousands of people, and you're seeing the energy right here. Sometimes those events, well, most of the times, those blue dots are in-person events that we highlight people in the city. And at times we have virtualized events like this. And it's absolutely, it's cool, it's fun, and so amazing. And so, you know what, everyone? One thing to think about here is a dot represented there in your city? Is it not? Hey, if you want to lead a Founders Live event in your city, that's the URL right there. I'm sharing it in the screen, in the chat as well. And you'll see that there, founderslive.com/lead. We are always looking for incredible leaders, people that want to step up. There are some that are, I think, watching. I hope if you're a city leader watching, well, thank you so much. But we have incredible team of leaders that are, building the community and showcasing the founders in their city. And so please, feel free to reach out to us. We are always looking for new cities, new countries, and new leaders. With that, before we get to the next part of this show and then into the focus, which is the pitches, why are we spreading around the world? A lot of it is due to our foundation of core values. Luis, we have, the first one is really what we call respectful authenticity. This is about you being your authentic self, but in reverse, you respect others in their authentic self. And in the end, this results in really the feeling of people feeling included in the opportunity to pursue success. And it doesn't matter, you look here, we have 5 different countries represented, but more importantly, we have 5 different continents of the world, different skin colors, different languages. We thank you all for communicating in English today. And it doesn't matter how you identify and communicate, you deserve an equal opportunity for success, and that's what Founders Live is about. The second one is what we call gather around the campfire. We are gathering around, figuratively, a campfire as a community. We're telling stories, we're entertaining. We are entertaining, and here's the thing is these 5 founders today are going to tell their vision of the future. They're going to entertain you with their story, and we celebrate that, and that's really what community is all about. Also, what community is about is opening the door for people. So we encourage, if not expect, you to do great things for others, and without expecting a return for yourself. And the reason why that's so important is because not only are you giving and helping people, but it comes back to you literally tenfold. This is how Founders Live has been grown and built around the world, is it's just doing great things for people. And that's happening like literally not just to me, but like all over the place. Luis, you can attest to that. You see it all the time. People are helping us, but we turn around and do the same thing. And it's really about doing great things for people. How about that?
Yeah, it's amazing. We even have a guest coming up on the show that did a great thing for us. So it happens all the time in this ecosystem. You never know where it's going to come back, but It's not, you don't do it for getting a return. You just do it to help people out, and it works out well.
Absolutely. The fourth one, business equals fun. This is just a fun one, actually, that just is about celebrating, doing things that are, if you're building a company and you're waking up every day working hard, I would encourage you to think about doing something that you enjoy and have fun. And if you spin that around, that becomes a really cool thing. And so, have fun while you do business. Last one, climate consciousness. And we commit to operating our business and building our community in a climate conscious manner, and lessening and measuring and lessening our footprint where we see. And we encourage you to do the same. And we know that if startups and early stage companies think about this at the beginning, it will have a massive effect as we all grow. So with that being said, I'm excited, Luis, I'm excited to bring on, look, selfishly, it's hard to get time with Chaitra. It's so hard to get time, and we have an amazing partner to join us on stage. I'm just going to bring her up, and we're just going to get right into it here. Chaitra, welcome to the show. You are the founder and president of Women in Cloud, and we are excited to have you join us on stage.
Thank you, Nick. First is congratulations to all the entrepreneurs. It is such a cool thing. We are all entrepreneurs, so it's very good. And I love the primetime competition. I love the representation, and especially the values, which is open the doors and have fun building a company.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, Chaitra, there's probably a lot of people watching right now. I mean, look, you saw we're representing all different continents, a lot of people from Nigeria and from other parts of the world. Please share with us a little, introduce yourself, share a little bit about Women in Cloud, and then we have a few slides and visuals to support the conversation here real quick.
It sounds good. First is congratulations to both of you, Nick, Luis. It's not easy to pull a global entrepreneurship pitch competition, so congratulations. Very excited to support you. But a little bit about me, I would say is I didn't start as a life as a entrepreneur, but I started my life as a corporate executive. So when I left Microsoft, I would say 7 years ago, I had only one vision: to embark my journey as an entrepreneur. And so the desire was to really work in the enterprise ecosystem, sell $1 million contracts. That was a vision because it was so good. It sounds good. Implementing those cloud solutions so we could automate that and do an impact. But to do that, you needed networks, you needed mentors, sponsors, the go-to-market readiness, funding, technology, and more. But what I realized was it was not available for women. It was just impossible to do it. So I spoke to some of my friends, and we realized we had an access issue, an economic access issue. And that's how the Women in Cloud was born. So with a very bold vision to create and unlock $1 billion of economic access in the tech industry.
That's so cool. And full transparency, we've been pretty close. I'm on your advisory board, and I have, everyone, I have a very unique view on what's going on. And I can just tell you that you're looking at one of the most amazing people. And, I think we've shared this together. Chaitra is doing a lot with not a lot of resources, making big impact when even we're like, how are we going to do it? Right? Like economically, it's like you have such big visions, and there's only limited resources sometimes, whether that's human or that's capital, and you do that. So I can tell you right now, it's really amazing.
It is. And Nick, let me kind of talk about why this is so critical, because as an entrepreneur, one of the vision for all of us is to democratize access, whether it's for funding, for resources, programs, and stuff. So we kind of use the same sentiment of the founder spirit of like, let's go unlock access. So right now, we are 5 years in making, and we reach over 80 countries, and 120,000 people are in our membership ecosystem. But the way we built, to make sure that all the resources are being accessible for founders in the ecosystem, as well as people who want to get into tech. This year, we established our first world record, which is a Guinness World Record. And one of the things that we have seen in the AI, because that is the new general purpose technology that is spreading and getting adopted. So we started to deploy those scholarships from Microsoft so that people could get trained and get skilled in AI, cyber, and cloud. So we have done over 5,600 of them, and there are more scholarships available. So if you need it, just go ahead and learn about it. And the thing is that we are driven by partnership, because when we partner with each other, I think we open the door and have fun doing it. So that's kind of the philosophy of who we are.
Well, very good, very good. And so you have you shared with us, maybe speak about what you're excited about for 2025 and where you're going.
Yes, so the big vision for the founders is we did a lot of accelerators over the last 5 years. So we would start and stop, and the partners would come and then, do it for a time being. But what we realized for women founders, that they needed a B2B go-to-market momentum, which is available for them 24/7, 365 days a year. So what we established for going forward for the next 5 years is to really guide and champion women founders to successfully create the go-to-market partnership with hyperscalers and brands. And these brands are like Microsoft, EY, Insight, Kyndryl, Accenture, and more are coming, because that allows the founders to work, so that's when it takes to build $1 million contract. So our goal right now, Nick, is to really nurture 5,000 women founders across the world, making sure that the tech founders are supported. And we want them to be like 1,000 of them are committed, because it takes effort to build a go-to-market plan and then drive those impressions of these founders of the work that they are doing. And in collaboration with, Founders Life, we can do that and build some amazing case studies to inspire the next generation of founders, knowing that the path has been created for them, but with a clear eye that we need to drive demand and leads for them. So we are aspiring to really generate over 100,000 leads for founders and then unlock economic access. So we actually do is $1 billion of access created for the founders. So this one is a collective action. We all have to work together. Founders have to put in the effort, but what we want to do is make it easier for them to build those plans and execute it.
I think you all are already seeing what I just said, right? Like, it's very big visions here, very, very important. And, you also recently did a impact report in 2024. Share with us a little bit about that, and then where can people find that?
Sure. So the impact report is available through the website. So I will ask Louis to add that link. And also you can go on to our LinkedIn page for Women in Cloud, which I'll share it with all of you too. So you can find that, but download the report and understand is how you can participate with us, because the community is powerful because of you. And there are a bunch of activations going to happen. And Nick, I would love to put it on the prime time, is I would love to partner with you as you're going next year, meeting with all the founders, that they can participate and be part of the prime time pitch competition, because it's a very unique skill to acquire. You have to pitch to secure the funding or the customer, and this is a unique skill. So we want to do that. So download the impact report so you can see how you can partner with us on next year.
Very good. All right. So you all heard that, Luis. Make sure that we've got that link in there and all of that. And before we get our last one, so last question here. Again, what? Maybe if there's one thing, what would you ask of the audience here? This is a lot of people that not only are entrepreneurs, they're founders, they're supporting the people that are pitching. What would you just want to ask of them if there's one thing?
I wish I had one thing, Nick. Three things, that would be great. First is join our network, the Women in Cloud network, so that you have access to all the resources. The second thing I actually feel is get yourself ready for AI, get skilled for AI, participate and acquire the skills to really build the next generation technology tools. So that you actually can build the type of tools that the world needs. And because you are entrepreneurs, you will be able to figure that out. And the third one is sign up when you join the network, sign up for the event calendar so you can participate with us in the opportunities that are coming. And if you're a founder, you want to be part of the founder program, reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I hope we can work together with you.
Well, Chaitra, it's amazing to work with you. It's amazing to have you join us here today. And, you know, like I always say, just keep doing the great work. It's very impactful.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nick, for having me here.
All right. So we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. We're going to drop you off, and, you know, feel free to go about your day. Thank you.
Good luck to all the entrepreneurs who are pitching.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
Woo. Look at that, Luis. Very, very
She's
important.
a powerhouse.
She's a powerhouse. We really appreciate Chaitra. And, you know, moving on here, we have another incredible partner that recently has come into our world because they actually are a fairly new and growing startup and company. And we're excited to bring on two individuals here. We're going to bring on Priyanka. So there you go. And we're going to bring on Sarah as two co-founders from Casium. Welcome.
We're excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us.
It's good to see you both. It's very good to see you both. And Casium, look, this is really about, you know, helping with U.S. visas and immigration. But Priyanka, I guess just the first question is, give us a bit of a rundown on why you started Casium and what Casium is, and then we'll get into a real quick story, and especially from Sarah here. But this is pretty relevant, and, you know, for anyone that, and again, we're not saying that you need to, but if you're choosing to, you know, want to build your company in the United States, this is an amazing company. So Priyanka, welcome, and share with us your vision and why you started Casium.
Yeah, thank you so much first for having us here. I love this community that you've built, and I'm so excited for all the founders pitching here today. A little bit about myself. I'm an immigrant and a founder, and the whole motivation behind starting this company is same as what we share with Founders Live, which is empowering the world's best to do their best. The whole idea behind Casium is how do we make immigration super fast, transparent, and led with experts who are in this community. Our immigration attorneys, our founders, everyone contributes to Casium and the success. The whole idea on how we started with Casium is my personal story. I always wanted to start a company, build in the US to scale and grow, and immigration was a big pain point for me. I spent more than a year just figuring out the right paperwork, working with teams of different sizes to see what's the right path. And coming out of that struggle, when I was ready to start a company, the only question that was asked to me is like, what do you want to build? And my reaction was, I really want to fix this. I really want to make this process so smooth and transparent for all the founders. And that's why we get founders, and that's why we want to make this process pretty much seamless for them.
Well, it's so cool. And, you know, real quick, and then we're gonna hear from Sarah as well, but walk us through a little bit of, you know, what can someone expect, and, you know, maybe who would be the ideal candidate if there is a few identified characteristics and or just needs. Walk us through like who you serve directly and what can they expect.
Absolutely. In general, visa isn't just a paperwork for founders. It's pretty much a bridge to, you know, coming to US, scaling your company, building your team, getting that investment. So that's pretty much the target audience. Founders who are either funded in some shape or form or looking forward to an investment, have incorporated their company, and are looking to move here to build and scale, they are a great target audience for our service, primarily because we can convert this whole process that typically takes like 3 to 5 months for law firms into a matter of days, and have them come here, have them start building as soon as they want. So that's sort of the audience we're looking for, is just incredibly motivated immigrant founders who want to build here and are ready to build here.
Well, so cool. Sarah,
We got a few of
welcome.
those.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome
you.
to, you know, you also joined on, and I guess a very quick question on what grabbed you so much as important to join, to be a co-founder, and to build this? What gripped you?
So I'm not a co-founder, but basically I actually saw Casium online and realized that I knew one of the investors in Casium. So I reached out to her and asked for an introduction. And I remember when Priyanka and I first met, it was at a coffee shop in Seattle. And she was just like, okay, when can you start? So like these connections, very important, and like that's something that I really value about the Founders Live community is you never know who you're going to meet. Honestly, I actually, fun fact, I met one of my investors at my previous company at a Founders Live event, and I'm so incredibly grateful to you guys for that.
That's awesome.
Well, we love to hear that. And, you know, hey, look, everyone, I mean, this is a virtual event, but you never know who's watching when you're pitching. You never know, hey, you know, obviously even who's sharing in the chat, but then in a physical event, such as the one that you were at, Sarah, you just never know who you're going to meet, you're going to bump into. Turns out it could be an investor. And we have heard so many stories of startups that, and founders that have been at our events that have pitched, that it results in an investment. And we just, you know, we're not taking that credit. We're just saying, hey, this is what we do, is we create the energy in the community for that. And so thank you for sharing that. You know, both of you, last question here, it's time to get to the pitches, and that's why we're here. But let's go with each of you, a short and sweet. What would you share to early stage founders if you had one lesson that you've learned up to this point, or just a piece of advice that you want to leave with the community here? So Priyanka first.
Oh, I have so many, but I'm going to start with something that I so strongly believe in, is just really hoping to think beyond just regular possibilities, thinking how can you grow bigger than what you can imagine right now? With AI, with technology, building has gotten so much easier. The barriers are broken. We're meeting with people across boundaries in this platform. We are helping people across boundaries move to the US, build here. So the idea of thinking beyond what's possible is something I'm going to nudge everyone to challenge yourselves on. If I'm building, you know, for a city, can I build for the country? Can I build for the world? And that's something that I feel so strongly about. And if you ever find yourself building for the world and wanting to move here, you have to remember we're here to help you every step of the way. As partners with Founders Live, you're going to get really special treatment. I'm not kidding when I say this. But that's what I feel so strong about. This is the time to build. This is the time to build big and go crazy. So that's my one key takeaway from this.
Oh yeah, we love it. And you know, we preach the same thing in terms of, you know, thinking big. And you know, Luis and I, like, it's just every day now. It's like, it's literally like we're thinking about you all there in Nigeria. We're thinking about you all in Ethiopia. That's not a joke. Like, this is Founders Live. And so think big, everyone. So cool. Sarah, real quick.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think it's the importance of community like Founders Live. So like startup communities in general, it's how we support each other to succeed, right? So I'm an immigrant myself. And as a former founder, I know I couldn't be here talking about Casium with you all without the help of other people in my international community, but also startup communities like Founders Live. So thank you guys for creating spaces like this where founders can connect and grow. And for anyone out there, we'd love to continue the conversation. So feel free to reach out to us after the event or check us out on our website.
Yep. All right. I'm dropping a clickable link here in chat for anybody that wants to hook up with Casium. Check them out.
Thank you both. Good to see you. And we will, until the next time we talk. How about that? Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right. So cool. So cool. Luis,
wow, they're awesome.
They are awesome. Where'd you go, man?
Hey, I'm not pressing any buttons. I think that one's on you.
There we go.
Joys of self-producing a show. I love it, guys. This is awesome. Us.
Well, it's time, everyone. We are ready to get started. This is Founders Live Primetime, our global finals. Before we get to the pitches, we do want to share that we have a global winners prize. So excited about it. And, Luis, please share what did people get? What does the winner get?
The winner of our global champion from your votes will get a grand prize worth $10,000 in cash and prizes. 5,000 of that is in US dollars, cash to the winner. The other half is a VIP trip, as it says here, to Seattle to meet us, to hang out at the birthplace of Founders Live. You will see where Founders Live started, where it had its very first event. We'll have some dinners. We'll show you around the city. We will take you to our flagship Seattle event. We have an awesome event in the summer. It's outside,
in Seattle,
inside, whatever.
Such a
oh, hey,
great
look,
day
here's a
today.
video
We
explaining
have flown up
a little bit
Founders
from
Live
last year's
Primetime
winners
2023
experience.
winner from last year. Let's check this out real quick, everyone.
CEO and founder of Flip App. She is joining us today. She's here for a couple days. We're going to have an amazing day to show her Seattle, show her some of the historic places of Founders Live, and then she will be our guest of honor and host of Founders Live Seattle tonight. We're going to have a great conversation in front of the huge crowd. Big celebration of Founders Live Seattle, but we picked a great day, amazing weather, and it is just awesome to have Elizabeth here. This is one of my favorite things about Founders Live is we're able to impact people's lives. We're able to bring them up to our city and our community to show her how Founders Live is really done and how it all started. Check it out.
Hey, it's Luis. I am just getting ready to meet Nick and Elizabeth right here at Columbia Tower.
Luis, wasn't that fun, man? Wasn't that fun?
Super fun. As you can see here in the video still rolling, we got in a boat, went across the bay, had a little lunch. Wow, we just, and what's not shown here is Elizabeth joined us for our Startup World Cup qualifier event and spoke on stage. Nick, you and she had an awesome talk. We'll be rolling some footage of that in an upcoming Exploring Greatness show. But there's a lot of things we'll be doing together, and it's just a lot of fun. And this, wherever you are in the world, whoever this winner is, you'll be coming here to Seattle.
Well, we're excited for that, everyone. We'll end that, but we're excited. Who's it going to be this year? That's why we're here right now. Depending on who wins, we might have to get creative on our prize, actually. So we'll see about that. But Luis, are you excited? Are you excited about what happens next?
It is show time. This is pitch time. This is the finals. I can't believe it. We're finally here. Here's our regions.
So, Founders Live is broken up into 5 regions of the world. We make it simple and easy. We're pretty simple guys here in some ways, and we make it simple. We then have representatives from each one. And so, last week we had, as I talked before, we had 5 events live streamed very similar to this, and resulting from that, we ended up with 5 regional winners. So you're now seeing the 5 that are going to present right now, ranging from Peru, the Netherlands, Philippines, United States, and Ethiopia, and that each one represents one of those regions of the world. And we are now going to get into the pitch competition. And Luis, this is the order. So actually, if you look at that list right there is basically the order that you see. We're just going to go from down 1 to 5. Each one is going to have 99 seconds to pitch. So if you remember this slide from last time, this is a 99-second pitch. And then we will jump back onto the screen, and we're going to take questions from you all. Okay. Here's the thing. The comments are pretty hot right now. I mean, there's a lot going on. So ask your question and we will pop it on screen. We'll probably take what, let's call it 4 or 5 from the audience. Please, we want these questions. We want you to participate. It's your questions that make it fun. Of course, Luis and I are here and we can ask questions, but we want to have them from you as well. So the chat, you see it right there. That's where you ask questions. Once the 5 presenters are done, okay, that's where we share the voting link. We will take about 7 to 10 minutes. Luis and I will come back on stage, but we'll take 7, 8, maybe even up to 10 minutes to vote. And that's where you will choose the one that you're excited about, supporting. And we will then hear and find out a winner. One thing to note here, everyone, we don't show the results on the screen. That's just something that we just have never done. So we will announce the winner. It literally is a real-time number. It all kind of in the back end here. But just know, that's not on for any reason except we've just never done it. But we will announce a winner and we'll bring them on stage. Last thing before we get into the pitches, I just want to make sure that you all know these founders, okay, they not only have won a few levels through Founders Live, you all are great. You all are bringing amazing things to the world. And that's why you're not only stepping up to pitch at Founders Live, but then you've been chosen to represent your region, literally your continent. So you're doing great things no matter what the result is today. Okay. Luis, are you ready, man?
I am so ready. And you know what? I'm going to stop popping up comments while all the pitches are going. We want you to get your questions ready for the presenters in chat. Share them in chat. We're going to put them on screen. And Nick, let's get this thing started.
Here we go.
We are ready.
Here we go. We are here. Okay, our first presenter is joining us from Lima, Peru. We have Lucía. Welcome to the stage. We got your slides already shared. Lucía, welcome.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm good. Luis is good. We have Quadra from Lima, Peru. Welcome to the stage, and we are very excited for you to walk through your pitch. You've done this before. You know the drill. You did it incredibly great last week, and now you're here again. So real quick, final breath. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay. So everyone, we will drop off, and Lucía, you have the stage. When you start talking is when your time starts, and then we'll be back here after 99 seconds, okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Lucía, CFO of Quadra. Together with my team, we've developed a solution to help you find affordable parking right where you need it. In Lima, there's 1 car per adult, but parking spaces only cover half the demand. This issue extends across Latin America, with drivers facing high costs, low availability, and distant parking. Many resort to street parking, wasting time, risking theft, or incurring fines. Quadra solves this with a secure marketplace that connects parking owners and drivers, charging a 10% fee to each for rentals. By the end of 2024, apart from launching a subscription model for drivers, we will launch a software as a service for commercial lots to go fully digital with free flow as a service, using computer vision for vehicle tracking, real-time availability, and automated payments. Our goal is to provide a 360 parking experience, integrating drivers, large parking lots, SMEs, businesses, and individual owners into one seamless solution. We're addressing a 3.2 billion annual market with Quadra targeting 850 million. We learned from our MVP and launched the app this year, achieving 3K users, listing 180 parking spots, and processing more than $1,000 in transactions. We're uniquely positioned as the only platform offering free flow as a service, setting us apart from competitors who focus only on hourly rentals and digital payments. Our multidisciplinary team combines expertise in product, finance, venture capital, marketing, and technology, and we are all looking to transform parking. We're raising $300K to expand our commercial strategy, enhance our product, and go full-time as founders. Will you join us? Thank you very much.
Oh, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Quadra, this is amazing. And that was an even better pitch than your one last week, which was great. And hey, everyone, we are excited to bring up your questions. We're going to hear from some questions from the audience. But before we get to that, you know, Lucía, my first question is around, so this is this a downloadable app for people to use? You know, describe a little bit of the user experience on the consumer side. How do they discover that Quadra is there? Or is it more distributed through the actual parking lots? And maybe just describe a little bit of that user experience.
Yes, so taking you a little bit through the story of Quadra, we launched an MVP last year by November. It was a chatbot through WhatsApp where people could list their properties and rent their parking spots, and also could also rent those spots. Then in April this year, with already a good market validation, we launched the app that it's available in App Store and Play Store. Right now, it's currently for use only in Peru, but we are planning to expand basically all LATAM main cities that have that problem of parking. And how does the user use the app? It's really simple. We have really thought about the usage, because many people are going to be maybe parked or driving while using the app. It will be maybe in one traffic light, they're looking for a parking spot. So it's really simple. You just go in the app, you first register your vehicle, register a payment method, and you can look for a parking spot. And there are many filters. You can look, for example, 1 kilometer distance from your final destination or any other distance. And the payment is through a payment gateway. It's really simple.
Very good. So how do you handle areas where there is heavy traffic? Talk a little bit more about, you know, just that dense part of probably a very busy metropolitan city.
Yeah. Well, we don't only look for parking owners that are individuals. We're also looking to expand our network of the offer to commercial parking lots. And not only the big parking lots that are maybe in I don't know, malls or maybe restaurants. We're also looking for SME parking lots. Here in Latin America, there are many SME parking lots with 20 to 30 to 40 spaces. And they are not at all formal. They use many traditional methods, such as notebooks. They don't have cameras. They don't have an automated payment method. So we're looking to also include that network of SMEs, provide them a good system to register all their income, and also amplify our offer to many of these drivers that look for a place in these heavy traffic areas.
Very good. We have a question about maybe can the app function in any part of the world? And maybe another way to answer that is, you mentioned many more cities in the LATAM region. When will those be available? And then do you imagine this on other continents or other parts of the world?
Yes, of course. So we have many benchmarks in other parts of the world we follow. It's totally applicable to any other city that has high volume of traffic. It's a problem that is currently live today. And even it will be growing through the years, because people are reproducing. So it will be also a need to get a place to park. And we're not only looking for a place to park your car. Maybe it could be bicycles in the future or electric vehicles. We are planning to also include a feature in the app, so you can add, I don't know, if you're a host, you can add a charging spot for electric vehicles in your house. So it would be really interesting, and I think it could be applicable to any other city.
Very good. Last question, Luis.
All right. I love what you're doing. I noticed that, you talk about the P2P marketplace here. Are you actually allowing any business people, individuals, whoever, to make their parking spaces available to their community?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
Oh, yeah. Can anybody make their parking space available to users in this app? Is that, I mean, one of the many facets of what you're offering?
Yes, of course. So if you don't have a free parking spot all 24 hours of the day, maybe you have only a parking spot that you don't use for some hours during the day or some days of the week that you go to work and you have like that free spot from 9 to 5, you can also list your parking spot and have a passive income through our app.
Fantastic.
Oh, fantastic. Very good. Great job.
Thank you very
Quadra
much.
there from Peru. Okay, we're going to drop you off. Congrats. Amazing. So cool. Luis, here we are. All right. Yep. One down. That was Latin America. And so we are just going to march right on to our second pitch of the event. We are jumping over to the continent of Europe. We are jumping into the Netherlands there. We have Radmila with SelfStartGlobal. Welcome to the stage. How are you today?
Hey, very happy to be back. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Awesome to have you.
Hey, we're doing great. You know, it's going well. The comments are very much active. The energy in this event is awesome, and we have you here. Your slides are up. You're ready. Any last words, or are you just ready to go?
No, really ready to go. So yeah, let's go.
Okay, we will drop off. We'll let you go. You just start whenever you start talking. Your time starts, and then we'll be back in 99 seconds.
Great, sounds good. Imagine this. You've always been dreaming about studying abroad. You watched hundreds of American movies, imagining this exciting student life and an incredible career after you graduate. But then the reality hits you. Studying abroad can be very expensive, and sometimes it can cost up to $400,000 for just one degree. This makes it completely unattainable and impossible for most of the international students. And on top of that, you have no clue where to begin. Where to find the right universities, how to apply, where to prepare documents, how to do it, and whether you even have a chance of getting accepted. So our mission at SelfStartGlobal is to make foreign education more affordable and accessible by reducing the cost of a tuition up to 100% through scholarships and grants. And our results have been incredible through the past 4 years. We've raised more than 21 million in scholarship for international students, and 99% of all of our applicants are successful from the first try. Our solution that we provide platform that allows international students to apply abroad easier, faster, and more effectively with personalized guidance and expert support. We also provide ecosystem about everything that you require to study abroad. Our market side is huge and is growing every year because more and more students are applying every year, just like our traction is also growing every year. For the past 4 years, we've shown steady growth in the number of countries we work with and students that we work with and our revenue. Our goal is to make education more affordable, and we at SelfStartGlobal are making that happen every year. Thank you so much for your attention and looking forward to your questions.
Very good.
Very
good. Luis, we're going to get these questions going at some point, but I want to, you have the first question. I've got a good one here too, but anything that you're thinking about on the top of your head you want to ask, and then we will field some questions from the audience here.
Radmila, how what's your traction so far? How well are you doing with, and what are your plans for do you have other plans for blowing this thing up even bigger?
Oh, absolutely. We have very ambitious plans. We've been on the market for just 4 years. And so far, every year we're growing. We're post-revenue with post-profit. So we're increasing the revenue and the profit every year. We're building the team that can help more and more students. You know, the bigger team we have, the more automated systems we have, the more students we have. And our ambitious goal is that we can help the more students, the better. So we want to make education more affordable and accessible through verified expertise, the guidance of our mentors. And now the expansion that we're envisioning for 2025 is that we've built the platform that automates a lot of the things that we're doing, and it comprises all the things that we are providing on the platform. This also allows for the more massive volume of students that we'll be able to help, because right now it's just based on the amount of mentors that we have. And by moving to the platform, we are allowing more and more students to join us, and we'll be able to help them more. So that's our vision for the 2025.
Oh,
Amazing.
very good. We have a question. You indicated that there was extracurricular support. Describe a little bit more around what that is involved with.
Right, that's a really good question. So a lot of international students, they want to study abroad, but only if they can receive a scholarship. The universities are viewing students through the lens of the strengths of their personal brand. What is their personal brand? This is all the extracurricular activities that a student has on their resume. These are all the conferences that they attend. These are all the publications that they publish. These are the initiatives, the startups. Everything that they do outside the school is going to be considered as an extracurricular. So our goal is to build the personal brand for every student, so then they become more valuable for the university. And our goal is to provide a student with advice and recommendations and specific links to register, what to do, where you can do it, and how you can build your resume in order to be valuable. And this is what's going to lead to you receiving a scholarship in the end.
Very good. Steve Case, local Seattleite here. Good to see you. Thank you. Do you provide guidance on which majors are more likely to be attainable? Any sort of intelligence around that?
Absolutely. We have mentors that are expert in different fields, mentors that are specialized in different areas, in bachelor, in graduate, in PhD, and in different specializations. So mentors can advise you what's based on the tendencies every year, what department you can apply that will be easier to get accepted to, or what universities, for example, are expanding their scholarship opportunities. Our goal is to be on top of the information that is available about international education. So we are constantly attending webinars, conferences. We are members of different education associations. So we do have all this information, and we can advise based on personal's requirements or desires, where he wants to apply. So we take it all into consideration, including the tendency and information available about education, and we can provide you with more guidance on where it's going to be easier to get accepted for you personally.
Oh, very good. All right, well, I think this is time for one last question here. Is the target market for SelfStartGlobal all degrees, like undergrad and graduate studies? And what about professional development courses? So maybe just take that question as you wish.
Sure. Currently, we are providing assistance for the undergraduate, graduate, and PhD students all over the world. So we're not focused on professional development courses. However, this can be an expansion for future. Right now, we're focusing on more long-term degrees. This is what we do best, and we have students and mentors who are assisting us to do it because our goal is to receive scholarship. You can receive scholarship primarily for the undergraduate, graduate, and PhD. For the shorter courses, it's not quite an option to receive scholarship. So for now, we're focusing on that. And let me tell you, the demand is huge and is growing every year. There are more and more international students that are applying abroad every year. So maybe we'll expand at some point as well.
Well, how about that? Great job. Congratulations, Luis. Last word here, or just no question, but just last words.
Well done. I think this is something the world needs. Really appreciate your pitch. Great work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you soon. All right. Oh,
Nick, we can really see how these founders became finalists in the global finals. They're all so good.
Well, yeah, you know, and look, you know, not to say the others weren't. The challenge with Founders Live, and even on a city level, is like these are just amazing pitches and amazing, you know, concepts. But you are seeing everyone, you know, people that they've been through some of this, they've gone through levels of qualification, and they're representing their country and their continent. So cool. We are moving on here. We're shooting over to the APAC, the Asia Pacific region. We are actually going to the Philippines, coming out of Balanga there, close to Manila in the Philippines. We have JC, and he's joining the stage with us. JC, welcome to the show.
Hi Nick and hi Luis. Hello to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and early morning here in the Philippines.
Yeah, man, it is an early morning for you. This is what being a founder is all about, and you've made it this far. Congratulations. We're excited to hear y'all, everyone. You think we've got 2 pitches behind us, but this is another incredible world-changing thing. So go ahead and share your screen. Let's make sure that your slides pop up here. We're going to get ready to go. You know the drill. You've done this before, and we are ready to rock and roll here. Luis, I'm going to drop you off there. And everyone, you all are doing a great job. The comments are just going crazy, and keep it up there. All right. Are you ready, JC? You ready for this?
Yeah. Born to be ready.
Okay, born to be ready. You will see us in 99 seconds. We'll be back.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. The Philippines experiences an average of 20 typhoons every year. And as of this moment, we were already hit by 4 super typhoons. Crazy, right? That's why high-income cities in the Philippines acquired weather monitoring stations and weather information systems for their residents. But how about cities with limited budget, such as our city, Balanga City, Bataan, and other cities in the Philippines that also experiences these kinds of weather challenges? That's why we offer you Kloudtech. Kloudtech is a weather monitoring station that provides hyper-localized and real-time weather updates through its own weather dashboard. Embedded is our decision support tool that empowers local authorities to early warning and improve disaster response. For our offering, we have a subscription base that lets you acquire all of this, including the capacity building and maintenance, in one package. Currently, we cater to businesses, government, and the academe that needs relevant weather data. Now, does your city need our solution? Let's plan it out together to make your city smarter and more livable. That's all. Thank you. And if I have more time, I just want to show the whole team behind Kloudtech. That's all.
Man, this is amazing. JC, you and your team have done such an incredible job, and you can see in the comments there's a lot of support here. Hey, we're definitely looking for some questions. Luis, think about one for a second here. My question. Oh, let's have you jump first.
Sure. JC,
yeah,
great pitch, great product. The technology changes quickly. You have a hardware component, you have software. How do you keep things current, and how do you keep things current?
The good thing with our team is that 2 of our teammates are currently taking their one of them is taking their masters, one of them is taking their doctorate, and 2 of them are planning to do their masters next year. So the great thing about that is every time that they do their researches, it will be applied on our startup, on our solution. That's why every year we keep on making sure that we are on track of the technology, making sure that we are updated, and making sure that everything has been checked, both from outside and of course through research and development.
Very good. So we have another question. How are you looking to expand to other cities and continents? I'm gonna add that in there. Is clearly you have and your team have deployed there locally, and I know that it's starting to be used in other cities in the Philippines. Maybe talk about that expansion up to this point, and then what's your plans to go forward?
All right. So good news for everyone. We've already deployed 2 out of 4 stations today. 2 out of 4 stations today for the first batch, and we're about to deploy the another 2 tomorrow, and then the another 8 in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that's only in our locality, in our province that has 11 to 12 cities. Then for next year, we're aiming to expand to the nearby provinces or nearby cities near us here in the Philippines. But that is a great question. How are we able to expand beyond our reach, beyond the Philippines? So that's why we are planning for partnerships from different startups and different companies outside. That's why our website is called Kloudtech. That's why it's C for Southeast Asia, because we're planning to put out, let's say, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Malaysia. We're going to connect to universities and different startups on how we can deploy at least one station per city just to try it out. And if it fits or if it connects with the people, with the community, let's bring 10, let's bring 20. So that's our plan for let's make we are doing it slowly but surely, but once we have that foot in the ground, we will surely do it bit by bit, and then we'll be up there.
Very good. We have another question around, how would someone that's non-technical or even an IT individual, is there challenges that someone would face if they're non-technical, or maybe talk a little bit about what the requirements are from a person's skill set to even use your system, or does it not need any sort of technical requirements?
That's actually a great question, because what we are solving here in the Philippines is the technicalities. So our startup will be handling the technicalities. So the government will just focus on mitigation. They will focus on the planning. So they will just use it as is. We will provide them a dashboard that will be their decision support tool that will only say, let's say the heat index is 41 degrees Celsius, and then it will have suggestions like tell the people to go back inside, it's too hot for now, like those. We will make it as non-technical as possible, as tailored fit to the community as possible.
No, okay, very good. We have one more question, and we might have another one after this, but do you intend to tackle other natural disasters? And this is a really interesting, in some ways, question. How would you, or do you imagine involving other aspects of weather or natural disasters?
So for other natural disasters, so currently we are catering to the rain, then the temperature, but in our pipeline, we're planning for the air quality, especially that our province is just I'm not sure, maybe 20 or 30 kilometers from an active volcano. So from time to time we experience some spike in sulfur dioxide, if I'm correct with the term sulfur dioxide. So that's why we really need to detect if there's high PM 2.0, I mean PM 2.5, if there's an increase in dangerous gases. So yeah, we tend to tackle other natural disasters such as bad air quality, and then for the next will be what do you call this, for river, and then earthquake. We will be having challenges with that because earthquake is really hard to predict, but I don't know.
These are tough.
That's a lot already.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, are you just like, I mean, what are you asking for here? It's like predicting the future, like trying to protect from these drastic weather events is like an act of God. So like you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
There's more questions, but we can't get to them. We're out of time. Great job, and we will see you soon. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Nick and Luis.
Thank you.
Look at the love there from the Philippines.
I love seeing it.
Man,
Keep them
so
coming,
cool.
guys.
Keep them coming.
We are getting to whichever ones we can. There's so many. So we see you.
Well, Luis, we have number 4. And interestingly enough, here from the United States, actually located here in Seattle. But we're talking about Lena, Africa, coming out of Seattle, Washington. Mubby, we're going to bring you on stage here. We got you. Welcome to the stage.
Yeah, thanks. I'm happy to be here. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
Yes. Nice to see you.
you are in good company, and I know you got some support there coming right through. So we'll have you share your screen again.
Okay.
You know the drill. You've done this before. As we get him sharing the screen, Luis popping on that support and energy, and everyone, you all are doing amazing. You are bringing the heat. You're bringing the questions and the support. Feels really good. So, all right, are we ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so we're gonna drop down. You have 99 seconds. We will pop back on the screen right at that point, and then we'll get to questions.
Okay, let's do it. During the pandemic, Emma, a student in the US, continued her education using Zoom and her school's learning platform. Things were different for Adebayo in Nigeria. He walked miles to school only to learn that classes were cancelled, and despite the health concerns, he still had to submit his assignments in person. Frustrated and overwhelmed, he almost dropped out. But this isn't just his story. It's the reality of millions of African students held back by outdated systems and lack of internet access. It isn't just a pandemic problem, it's a generational crisis. With only 40% of Africans having steady internet access, existing solutions fail. Schools are stuck with high costs, outdated processes, and no resilience to disruptions. This is why we're building Lena. Lena is a low-tech learning management system designed to address these problems. Lena works offline, is compatible with various devices, and ensures seamless communication between students and teachers. It is affordable, user-friendly, and adaptable to any school structure. We already have a group of 50 students testing Lena, and they are enjoying it. Our vision is bold. By 2030, we aim to empower 1.5 million students globally. We also aim to expand to school management and work with organizations to make sure that learning is accessible to every student everywhere. This is more than a product, it's a movement. Join us in redefining education. If you are ready to onboard your school, partner with us, please reach out to Lena today. Together, we can transform learning and ensure that no student in Africa, in Asia, wherever they are, is left behind, and build a brighter future for everyone. Thank you very much.
Oh, look at that. This is amazing. Amazing. This is important, incredibly important stuff. And, you know, Luis, prepare these questions. I know you probably have one too, but my first question is around, you know, talk a little bit about the importance of how low tech it needs to be. I think that that's something to put an exclamation point on.
Yeah, so when we say low tech, it has to be as low tech as possible. So it has to be low tech enough that it's going to work in the most remote village, it's going to work in the cities, it's going to work when you're offline, it's going to work when you have very little data. And we're even thinking of going beyond that to supporting students, say students that don't have the latest devices, the latest Android devices or iPhones, making sure that in their local environment, in their schools, they can at least connect to a local server and use Lena. So we're really going low tech, and our goal is that if we go low tech and give people access to the information, to the learning that they need, then it's only a matter of time before those people go out and go solve other problems in Nigeria, in Africa, and the rest of the world, and it creates a brighter future for everyone. Yeah,
and that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. So we have a question around, you know, we just spoke about low tech. Let's go on the other side. And how do you imagine, you know, integrating AI into this initiative, and in what aspects do you see AI, you know, improving the experience?
You know, I'm actually glad that you brought up that question, because we have people on our team that are really passionate and knowledgeable about AI, and our strategy discussions are always about how can we integrate artificial intelligence into Lena. One important critical part we've seen to integrate AI is helping teachers be more efficient. So helping them with grading and reviewing students' work, and then helping students prepare for exams as well. Since the artificial intelligence system will have access to all the information on Lena, they can create flashcards and create test questions and just everything that students need to prepare for exams and be better suited, gain mastery of the material. And then for teachers, it's going to supercharge their productivity. So you can spend less time doing manual grading and checking things and providing manual feedback, and more time engaging with your students and thinking about ideas that you can work together on and working on experiments and other things. So we're really thinking of how we can improve students' ability to learn and then improve teachers' productivity. Those two connected provides an ideal combination for just improving learning for everyone.
So cool. Luis, we're going to go to this one, and then I want to make sure that you have a chance to ask a question. They're asking, Yvonne's asking around the accessibility features relating to cost. So maybe just talk a little bit about what the cost structure would be for end user or even a school. Describe that a little bit.
Yeah, so yeah, we've had a lot of debate on our team about this, trying to go back and forth on how to price Lena. The first thing I'll tell you is that we've removed all the technicalities. So we don't have several tiers. You don't have to buy various licenses or everything. It's just one price for everybody. So it's $20. It's very simple for schools. So if you have 50 students that use Lena over the month, that's $20 divided by 12 multiplied by the number of students, and that's the fixed price. And we've priced that. Well, how we came to that price is we calculated what will it cost for us to maintain our services and to pay the incredible engineers working on the team. Once we got that cost, that's the price. And our goal is to keep driving down that cost. So as we drive down that cost, that price is going to keep going down. We're also working, partnering with institutions in Nigeria, companies that want to get involved in the community. And one way you can get involved is, hey, there's a school here, they have 50 students, sponsor all of them to use Lena, because we're really cognizant that, well, we need money to keep Lena running, but at the same time, Lena's entire goal is that everybody can use it. So we are doing everything in our power to ensure that the cost doesn't hamper anybody. And as we expand into school management and we sell to enterprise, we're imagining taking that money from enterprise and using it to drive down the cost for education until eventually it is free for everybody.
Very good. And I'm just going to pop this on the screen because I think this sums it up. And then Luis, a final thought here. Education is key, needed especially for less privileged children in the third world countries. Lena is the answer. That sums it up pretty well. Luis, final thoughts, and if a quick question, but we're getting to the end of time here.
Yeah, super quick question. Hopefully, how do you handle support? A lot of people are intimidated by tech things falling apart or not being able to do, work with them. If you have reduced internet access, it might be hard to call in tech help. Is it fully self-serve enough that you don't have to be a tech expert to fix it?
Yes, well, so I'm glad you brought up that question again, because when we were designing, our designer, he didn't sit down and then come up with designs. He first went to go talk with teachers and ask them, what do you hate about using your laptop? If we're supposed to put something on your screen, what wouldn't you like? So we used all that feedback, and then that went into designing such that first students can use it, but we know it's kind of easier for students to use it. They're younger, but also so that all the professors can use it. Like, it's something that they are excited to use. They can easily interact with the service. But that's not all that we've done. We have robust documentation. We're working on a lot of videos guiding people on how to do every single thing on Lena. And beyond that, our team, we have a team, a good chunk of the team in the US. We have a team in Nigeria. And our goal is that if you call Lena, we'll pick up the phone, we'll hop on a call with you, and we'll help you figure things out. Our goal is we help you figure things out, then you can teach someone else. And then if you identify a gap in our documentation, it's like, well, you couldn't use this, what happened? Then you can say, oh, well, I checked the docs, it wasn't there, then we can add it in. So that's kind of the approach that we're taking to ensuring that people can use it. And not just that they can use it, because we know we won't get everything right? But when we don't get things right, they can tell us, and then we fix it, and they can be satisfied with their solution.
Yeah. Well,
awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Well, great job. We're going to drop you off, but you can feel it in the comments. Well supported and well received. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, Luis. Oh my gosh. We are rolling. That's 4 out of 5. That was from the United States, the North America winner there. And we are jumping over, speaking of Africa, speaking of that continent, we are now, last presenter is joining us. We have Ke-Massa Foods from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Kidus is joining the stage. Welcome to the stage. There's your slides. And welcome. How are you today?
Thank you very much. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing well. Doing
Awesome.
well. Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, we got your slides here. Here you are. You're ready. We're on the global stage. You've
Yes.
done this before. You've done a great job. Final breath. Are you ready?
Yes, ready. Thank you very much.
Okay. We will drop off, and then we will join you back after 99 seconds for questions.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Yared. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ke-Massa Foods. What is Kamasa? It's an integrated supply chain management system that connects farmers and businesses leveraging technology in cities. The problem we're solving is for farmers to easily bring their produce to market with less produce waste and better access to market, and for businesses in cities to easily save time and save cost on buying goods. So what we're doing is collect the produce for farmers, put them in fulfillment centers in cities, and distribute it for businesses in cities easily based on demand. The product, it's a mobile app that the businesses can use to place order, make a payment, and track their order. They can also use a phone call to place orders. Our competitive edge is technology-based, so highly scalable. The price is competitive, it's on-demand delivery, and transparent. This is the photograph from our first delivery. We have 100 plus deliveries so far, 200,000 Ethiopian bird transaction, 60 plus waitlist customers willing to use our products and waiting, and 8 plus farmers or sources confirmed. This is our team, ranging from technology to business and international stages. And thank you very much. We are here to revolutionize the fresh produce supply chain. Thank you for your time and your attention.
Well done. Well done. So cool. This is also incredibly needed, especially various parts of the world. And we're going to have some questions here, Luis. Also, make sure that you have readied a question. Luis, do you have your first question, or would you like me to go first?
Sure, I can run. Kidus, great presentation. Thank you. I'm wondering, how are you finding your first customers? Do you have a first customer? How do you reach these people to? Yeah.
So the business model works as a B2B. We onboard businesses and merchants. So it's direct marketing. We spread out our sales team, or we outsource our sales department, and we do direct marketing for the businesses. We directly go to the businesses and pitch it to them directly. As I mentioned that probably on the previous pitch as well, this is a huge pain point for especially businesses and merchants that are in developing countries, as the infrastructure for transport and logistics is very hard and very expensive. Also, the inflation, the price margins might reach up to 150%, which is ridiculous for each product. So we are here to save basically the basic necessity, that is food, for also end users that are going to be buying from these merchants.
Fantastic.
So great. We have some questions here, so we're gonna hit them here. You know, so some of these questions, and they might be similar, so we might pop up a few others, but you know, how do you solve the logistics? Talk a little bit more about that, especially for perishable goods, if you're delivering to far destinations.
Yes. So the main thing we're doing is we aggregate the demand first. So we geolocate the merchants and the businesses that are close by, and it's going to be demand-based acquisition. So when we bring the produces, it's going to be refrigerated transport, and the warehouse is going to be refrigerated as well. And also because they're going to be close by, we're not going to transport the produce on every order for a very long distance, which really saves it. But one point I want to raise regarding this is the traditional way, you don't know how much you want, so you have to buy in bulk, and might even go sour and might be perished, right? So that's what we're trying to save as well. It's going to be a lot of saving produces from perishing early.
Well, very good. On that same topic, we're talking about, obstacles and obstructions like bad roads, even theft. Talk a little bit about how your team views, in terms of the delivery of making sure that the produce gets to where it needs to be.
Yes, it's actually one of the biggest concerns, especially in developing countries, the issue of security and related things. So what we're trying to do is we try to partner with different farmers from different locations, from different directions of the cities. So the reason we do is we have redundant lines or pathways that we can rely on whenever we need. So if one or two paths, as I mentioned in the pitch as well, we have 8+ confirmed partners that we source from. So one could be down and 2, 3 might be down, but we do have redundant lines that we can source from. So that is the approach that we're going with.
Okay, very good. Interesting question around here around, do you supply in larger quantities, like trucks of food? And maybe I'll say, how big is too big, or what's your limit in size, as well as how far is too far? Those are interesting questions.
Yeah, so actually we have 3 categories of merchants that can order from us. It ranges from 100 kilo per produce at a time up to a truck full load that could be around 300 kilos of one item at a time. So that is our range. So we classified hotels and groceries and supermarkets in one category, small kiosk shops in another category, and a high level like 5-star hotels and the big ones to another bigger category. And that's how we deliver. So we do have all modalities. We even had to go up to 50 kilos per order. So to incorporate all those SMEs and small kiosks, so we do range from the smallest to the biggest one. So we do have the order. How far is too far? I think we do have a 10-kilometer radius currently from each fulfillment center. That's the plan. As we launch, after we finish our pilot, that is a plan that we're going with.
Very good. Luis, final thought, final question. We're getting to the end here, so go ahead.
This sounds like such an awesome product for your community, for the country, for the world. What's the hardest thing about selling this for you, or do people just get it right away and they want it?
So the biggest thing, I do believe that the biggest problem that we are facing so far is the informal market has been established, right? So the problem that I mentioned earlier on the pitch, the middlemen, the price markup, these are huge problems, not just in Ethiopia, I would say all over Africa, also in many in Asia as well. So the informal market is the biggest burden, the biggest problem that we're going against. So that is the biggest hurdle that we have. So convincing people that working with us, standardizing the process, and having a better logistics is a better way of doing it. That is the biggest problem that we're facing so far.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me as well.
Well done. We're going to drop you off there, but incredible work. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Luis. That is 5 out of 5. That is a regional finalist from every continent, pretty much the 5 corners of the continents around the world. Oh my gosh. What do you think, man?
Amazing work, amazing ideas for the planet to bring to customers around the world. This is just, these are awesome ideas. And now we get to the best part of the show, where we determine through
the
audience
best
votes.
Part. Those are the 5, and it is time to vote, everyone. it is time to vote. This is where we determine who is the Founders Live 2024 champion of this year. Scan that QR code. We have also links in the chat now.
Links coming right up.
You will see that. They are coming right up. You can click on that link on your device. You can scan a QR code. You see right there, finalsvoting.founderslive.com. That should work. And it does require an email address, so we accurately account for the votes. We're going to take a few minutes here, Luis, and we've posted in there. We've posted the information for the chat, or in the chat, we've posted that QR code. If you're on a mobile device, just click that link that's in there. Or if you, hey, you kind of do that, like push there and copy, and then you got to kind of copy paste it, whatever you need to do. You see it there, and we're going to take a few minutes. Luis, look at this. Look at what we scanned across, not only like, 5 different countries, but look at these solutions to the world's problems. Isn't that true?
It is the trend in our community. We have founders that have great ideas for businesses, great products, but they also help a community. They help the world. Look at these options here. We have parking, we have education, we have climate, we have more education, and we have food supply. These founders are looking to help people. They'll make money while they do it, but you can see their intent is to bring something great to the world. And I think they're all ready to do that.
They are. And, ranging from, we had 2 education-oriented ones, right?
Yeah.
And, one of them was a little more in the earlier part of life education and making sure that there's an ability to communicate and have access to that education. And then one was for much more advanced, graduate or, college and university and graduate, and, helping people, find the education that they want and where they want in the world. And just amazing. Kloudtech literally trying to at least predict and know what's going on to protect people in cities and infrastructure when the very devastation can happen. And again, like I said, no matter what the result is here, these are 5 incredible companies that are going to go on to be successful. You can already tell that.
Absolutely. Hey, one note to everybody in chat. I see a few numbers coming in. The votes in comments don't count. You have to go to the link, finalsvoting.founderslive.com. You can look for that in the chat. I'll paste it again right now. You can click on that, or you can scan the code that's on screen. So
yeah,
voting in comments won't work, but we really appreciate your enthusiasm. I'm going to keep popping up these little doodads here. We are going to be voting for a few more minutes, and then we will know this global champion, and we can't wait to bring them to you.
Yeah. Luis, we are coming to the end of the year. We are, that we're doing, planning and review of this last year and planning for next year. What are you most excited about going into this new year?
Well, I've said it before on the other shows that we've done, and I'll say it again, especially after you and I have been planning this week. I'm most excited about bringing Founders Live to more people around the world. We are planning to expand, to revive cities. We will be bringing this experience to real life situations. You'll have founders on stage in a city near you doing the same thing. And bonus, like you get what the core of the show is about here. But when you experience a Founders Live event in person, before the event starts, after the event finishes, you have community interaction, networking. You'll meet people, you'll make connections. Your lives can change even if you're not on stage. And hey, you get to see a great show while you're at it. So I'm most excited about making this available to more people around the world, and we're just going to keep this going. And like Nick asked before, hey, if you're interested in leading a city, if you want to be part of making this happen, founderslive.com/lead is how you can get started. You can apply to be a city leader. We can, even if we already have an event in your city, it's good to know that you're there, and maybe you can support the existing leader. Maybe you'll step in someday. Maybe you have a connection to send us for another city. There's the link. That is a clickable link right there in chat. So, and hey, too, if you know somebody who might be great in another city, send them that link. Let's get this thing shared around the world. Let's bring Founders Live to more people. And next year, this is going to be an even better competition, if you can imagine that.
Even better. Yeah, so much to look forward to. And, look, what I will say, answering my own question here is, the maturity of our brand around the world is, it's happening. And, if this is the first time for Founders Live, which if you just go to founderslive.com, you go to our website and you kind of check things out, you're going to start to see there's more. There's more. We have Founders Live Athletes that focuses on, professional athletes now that are turned into, and they're building entrepreneurial projects, and they're founders. That's incredible. And then we have some other initiatives coming out this next year that they're focused on some more important and impactful things around the world. And so I just think the expansion and the maturity of our company and our brand is just something that I'm excited about as well. So a lot of new things coming down. We do have to narrow and focus, and that's the challenge sometimes, to narrowly focus on the things that, we want to do everything. That's what I said with Chaitra. We want to do everything, but it's tough.
I love what she said too about getting founders to think big. If you have a great idea, it is important to make that thing work, but don't limit yourself if you don't have to. You can take things global if they're going to work local. I really appreciate you bringing her on the show and having her share what was that what she said, or was that what our other guests? They're all throwing out such amazing wisdom.
No, the think big was Priyanka, but what?
That's right.
That exact thing would come out of Chaitra's mouth as well. And Chaitra, look, there's I'm like I said, I'm a privilege to be on an advisory board to Women in Cloud, and I think it's every quarter now, numerous times a year. She gathers a lot of people virtually, and we review what's going on, and we give feedback and thoughts and all of this, and just innovative stuff. And she and her team are doing incredible work, and we'd love to be a part of that sort of partnership and community, and we're here for it. And so it's awesome. Luis, I think it's close, if not time. It's close, and it's time, and we're right about that time of the event. And like I said, everyone, we do not share the results. That's simply just something that Founders Live has just being consistent on. But we have a winner. Before we announce the winner here, what I want to do is just make sure that where are we at going on there? I want to make sure that we, again, the winner's prize is $5,000 USD cash, and then a VIP trip to Seattle for a team member of the startup group, whether it's the specific founders or whoever. And but I want to say, again, this is very, very authentically said, is any one of these could have won, and any one of them, these were all amazing, and they're all 5 of these companies are world changing. Would you agree with that, Luis?
I would agree. They're all deserving of being a global champion. They are champions of their own region. And also, we really appreciate everyone doing their pitches in English, and getting a common baseline for everybody to communicate wherever they are around the world, different time zones. JC at 1 a.m, even later than that now. So everybody's coming together for this thing, and we really appreciate the global effort. Yeah. Thanks to our founders. They've been awesome.
All right. Well, everyone, we have a winner, and we're going to put the logo of the winner on, and then we'll bring that founder back on stage. But our 2024 Founders Live Primetime winner is Lena, Africa. Bring in the heat, bring in the pitch, the absolute meaningful solution to education. We're gonna bring Movie back on. Welcome. What's up?
I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I'm really, really, really happy. I'm really happy.
You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of your community. And I, you know, first of all, I have something to say, but I want you to like share a little more words, like what's coming out right now, man.
Okay, so first I want to say a big, big thank you to everybody on the Lena team that has been working hard, really hard on Lena, making sure that we can reach as many people as possible. And I also want to say a big thank you to everybody that showed up to support Lena today. People from Nigeria, from scattered around the US, classmates from school, people we know from church, people we know from our sports teams, just people from all over the place. The support is palpable, and we greatly appreciate it. We don't take it for granted, and we thank you for taking out of your time to come support us today. And also to the Lena team, everyone that has been working hard on Lena, writing code, talking with potential customers, testing and everything. I'm really grateful to everybody, and I'm excited about the work that we're doing. And yeah, we'll just keep moving.
Well, very good. And you know what I was gonna say is, you know, I think it's important, you know, as you all are watching this, you're rooting and you're supporting your founders, and you know, there's a reason why I built Founders Live this way and why it's a competition that people need to vote. And the reason why is because literally the success or failure of a startup is resulted from, do people know about what you do? Do people, and the 99-second pitch is about, can you condense it in a way that makes sense and, you know, general public can understand what you actually are building. And by creating these sort of things that put you all in front of a global audience, and then your responsibility as a founder, whether it's Founders Live pitching experience or not, your responsibility is to get your message out to people to make sure that they know and support you. So that's what Founders Live does. And, you know, not only you, but everyone here in this event did such a good job of fulfilling that. And I hope that you, not only you're excited and you won, but you chose to step up for your own company to make things happen. And how does that feel?
Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, thanks. Thank you very much.
So good. Yeah. Luis, what thoughts do you have as we are celebrating and closing out this prime time for 2024?
Well, I'm just in awe of all the work that you all put in, all the founders who presented, making a great pitch, making a great product. None of this comes easy, and staying with the path that started with deciding to apply for an event to pitch, and whether it was a city event or whether it was the Primetime Pitch Challenge, starting that process and staying with it and developing those slides and being able to communicate an idea in 99 seconds. It's not easy, and it says a lot for anybody to get this far and to win it all, to connect with an audience, to bring an audience. It's a very huge accomplishment. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to the other presenters. This is really great. Good. So wishing cool. A lot more success to you.
Yeah, so cool.
Thank you very much.
Well, you know, the funny, interesting thing is, you know, I know that you are actually located in Seattle, but you have a team that is distributed, and so we'll talk about how we want to do this
yes.
winning experience and prize, and
yes.
We can figure out how we want to do that, and it'll be fun. But you know, congratulations again, and we're so excited and so proud. And look at, you know, everyone, you know, is celebrating here. All the presenters and all the finalists as well. So so cool. Well, that's it for, you know, Founders Live Primetime here, and everyone. Just want to say thank you all for showing up in such a strong fashion for this, and you hearing to support all the founders pitching today. And again, you know, let's just recognize we pulled people together from literally like 5 corners of the world. And it was so cool. So how about that?
Fantastic. A global
All right.
effort. Congratulations again.
Movie, we're gonna pull you off, but congrats, and we'll be following up with you as well. So we'll
That
see you
sounds
soon,
good.
man.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, congrats, Luis. This is just so amazing, man. We come to the end here of Founders Live Primetime, and just a beautiful thing. And your final words here as we close the year out. We close out Founders Live Primetime, and another year, another exciting time, and another winner from our Global Primetime Challenge.
It's amazing. I really get psyched for this whole process. It's cool to see the year come to a close. Thanks. I was just going to say thanks to everybody who tuned in to view. Thanks to everyone who voted along the whole path. We're going to continue to improve this whole experience, bringing even better founders from all kinds of corners of the world. Thanks to everybody for coming. Thanks for the founders for pitching. Thanks to everybody who participated in city events that started the whole process. So Nick, thanks for creating something really cool here with Founders Live, and look where we've taken it, and this is just going to keep going.
Yep. Well, thank you, everyone. I would say you're welcome, but I just say thank you, everyone, and until next time. That's Founders Live. That's Founders Live Primetime. Congratulations, everyone. And we are signing off.